Welcome back. I'm Ted Thomas, and the question I'm going to answer on this video is Arizona a tax lien or a tax deed state? Now, that's not all I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some ways to make money. I'm sure you'll like that. And I'm going to give you a few tips to make sure that you don't make mistakes. Newcomers make mistakes, and I'll point those out. So stay tuned. On this episode, I'm answering the question, is Arizona a tax lien state or is it a tax deed state? Well, surprise, surprise, it's a tax lien state. Now, I'm Ted Thomas. You don't know me very well, but I started doing this back on the days when I had black hair and I was skinny. And so it's a long time, 30 years. All right, the last 25 years, because so many people ask me questions, I've come up with these videos to help you guys so you can learn quickly and you're going to learn a lot. So Arizona is a tax lien state. Now, what does that mean to you? Well, it means that the counties are going to sell a piece of paper that has value. Now, the value in Arizona is up to 16%. Now, 16% doesn't sound like a lot, but when you think about it, the banks are paying 1 or 2%. Now, there's 15 different counties in the state of Arizona. They all sell tax lien certificates. So I'm not going to pick out all of them, but let's talk about Maricopa County to kind of get us started. Now, Maricopa County is Phoenix, Arizona. It's about 2 million people live in that county, and they have many tax lien certificates. Now, I used to conduct big classes there, not 30 and 50 kind of people, but 150, 200 people I would take to the auction. Now, people are trying to do it online. So people like the online. So we'll teach you both ways to do it. But in Maricopa County, for example, the lowest I've ever seen them sell is 15,000 tax certificates. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means 15,000 people just in Maricopa County did not pay their property tax. Now, the county has a shortfall, but let me come back and tell you about that in a minute. So 15,000 is the smallest. Now, times when the economy's bad, I've been to auctions in Arizona where they had 32,000 certificates just in that one county. Now, keep in mind, there's 15 different counties. Now, I'm going to tell you a lot about tax lien certificates and tax deeds. So how do tax lien certificates work? Well, they work like this. The local county didn't get paid on their taxes. So what do? They issue a piece of paper, a simple piece of paper like I'm picking up right now. Just a piece of paper like that. They issue that certificate. And that certificate, if you buy it, gives you power. You now control that property. It can't be sold. It can't be remortgaged. Nothing can happen to that property until you get paid. But you didn't want a property. You bought a tax lien certificate. And you wanted to earn 16% on your money. And that's what they pay in that particular county. So thousands of certificates are available. Now you bought your one. Do you have to do any work? Well, no, because the certificate is predictable, it's certain, and it's secure. And what you did when you bought that certificate is you invested your money with the government and you're going to get the money back from the government. So let me say that again. This is a predictable, certain, and secure investment. This is the most secure investment that you can find in America today. Now, how can I say that? Well, because these have been around for 200 years. Every word you'll hear from me say is 200 years old. I just practiced it so I could tell you about it, but here's how it works. You give your money to the government gives you a certificate in return. You now have invested with the government. Your money is protected by the property tax code. Nobody can ever interfere with what's going on. It's protected by the property tax code. When the property owner comes in to pay the tax, they have to pay you whatever you invested. In other words, you get all of your money back, plus the high interest rate. So this is a powerful, powerful way to make money. You can learn this online. You can learn this offline. Some states pay 12%. Some states pay 16%. Some states pay 18%. I'll try to cover them all, but just understand these important words. You get paid or you get the property, and I'll answer that. So what's the answer? The answer is this. If you invest in a tax certificate, the local government will give you a guarantee. And the guarantee is this. You'll get the interest rate that's listed on your certificate, plus, if you don't get paid, you will get the property. Now, let's think about that just for a second. When you buy a tax certificate, taxes generally are 1%, at the most 2% of the value. So you just bought a property for 1 or 2%. But I know exactly what you're worried about. You're saying, Ted, I don't want a property with a big $300,000 or $500,000 mortgage. Well, the mortgage is wiped off the property. Now, how did that happen? Well, Ted Thomas didn't do it, I can assure you. The law in every county and in every state wipes out the mortgage. So the mortgage is extinguished. It's gone. It's terminated from the property. So whenever you buy a tax lien certificate or a tax deed, the mortgage is wiped off the property. That's why this investment is so powerful. Once you invest in tax certificates, you'll find it very addictive. Again, I said it earlier, this is the safest and the most lucrative investment in America today. Why? Because you're going to give your money to the government, you're going to get checks back from the government. It's never going to get any safer than that. All right, so we've kind of covered these tax lien certificates so you understand Arizona. My question was, is Arizona a tax lien or a tax deed state? It's a tax lien state, and that half of the states in the United States will sell tax lien certificates. So you could go to Florida, they pay 18% in Florida. If you decide to go to Iowa, you could earn 24%. Now, in most of these states, those returns are annualized returns. Now, what does annualized mean? It means this. Annualized means the whole year. So 18% means 1.5% each month. So it stayed outstanding for 6 months in Florida, you would make 9%. If it stayed outstanding in Arizona, where they pay 16%, it'd be like 1.25% for each month, and at the end of 6 months, you would have 8 or 9%. You're getting the idea. So this works in every single state. Now, why are they doing this? I don't have enough time on this particular video to tell you, but the county needs the money, and they need the money badly. Why do they need it? They need to pay the employees of the county. That's the simplest thing they have to pay. Next, they have to take care of the roads. Then they have to pay the school teachers. They have to pay to maintain the schools. When they finished all that, what about the police department? Couldn't live without police department. And what about the firefighters? Try living in California without firefighters. Not going to work. All these bills have to be paid by the county. So you understand why tax liens are taking place? Every property owner must pay their tax. If they don't pay their tax, the government will take action now because now you're affecting their payday. If you'd like to have a free mini course, I've created one. It's only 1 hour long and it's actually free. And all you have to do is go to the link that's below.